All right, we're live again with one of these GG interviews. Today I have Ralph with me. Say hello.
What's up, man? Hello to
Uh,
everyone.
so I'm doing a little new format by just the title, so everyone knows who the person is because I got some. Sorry about that. And yeah, so people know who the subject is, and I'm also gonna do this with my streams. So, anyways, let's just get right into this. Those who don't know, how did you discover and how did you get into GG?
Um, well, I saw some chatter online. I guess around let me see, August. It wasn't the day it first broke the gamer. I guess that was like when the Zoe stuff first started. It was like August 19th, maybe somewhere around there. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up my calendar. I probably heard about it on. Let's see, Gamers Are Dead was the 28th, I believe. So, like 4 or 5 days before that, and I think it was from a story in Kotaku. Actually, I used to read Kotaku every single day, and a lot of times it would piss me off. But it's just kind of the site I went to, and I was never promoted from the gray comments, so I would be there with the other shitlords. But there was an article like, hopefully we can get back to regular business in the gaming community, and I'm just like, what's going on? I didn't even fucking know anything was happening. So I dug a little deeper, found out about 4chan. I mean, I knew about 4chan, but I'd never really been on there that much, hardly at all. And I saw that that's where the epicenter of this controversy was, and so I went there and just immediately got sucked into it pretty hardcore. It was very addictive, and especially in those early days, shit was popping off so quick. Like every second, new shit was coming out. The threads were, 20 minutes would fill up a 800 post thread or whatever the limit is, 1,000. I don't fucking know. It was really a cool time. And then I saw an Internet Aristocrat live stream, and he was so good at explaining it, and it just kind of got me even further involved. Gamers Are Dead came out, and then after that, I started posting a lot about it on Twitter. Finally, around mid-September, I already had my blog, but I didn't use it much, and especially in those early days, and it's still like that somewhat. There wasn't a lot of media outlets for GamerGate to get our message out, and so I just had a website laying around, so I figured why not make it GamerGate centric and start reporting on this stuff. And so the first column I wrote, I was a Democrat, a huge leftist at the time. I've kind of evolved into independent over time, but my first column was about being a liberal and still supporting GamerGate, and somebody liked it a lot, and they said, "Here, I think you can do something with this more than I can." It was a huge tweet info dump on Lee Alexander, and I put those articles out like the next day, and they just blew up. Still some of the most read articles on my site, and that's basically how I got known. Was through Wrecking Her Shit. Milo spotlighted it. It got picked up by pretty much everybody, and that's my BFF, Lee. So,
All right. And currently, what do you think of the GamerGate right now?
well, it's different than it was. Sorry, I was gonna drink. To say the least, that's my cat, by the way. She needs to shut up. GamerGate, I mean, it's slowed down. It's a different. It's taken a different form, and I always knew that was going to happen. I see some people, they get really discouraged, and they're like, things aren't happening like they should. GamerGate's dead or it's dying. No, I mean, people, it's just ebbed a little bit. Things work in ebbs and flows, especially GamerGate, and so I don't know. It's in a down period, I guess you could say. But then again, there's still people. As soon as shit pops off, they're around. You saw a huge event like Airplay brought just about everybody back. This hashtag Think Today has gotten people fired up. It's just, I always saw it as a long battle, so I don't get as discouraged. I do get discouraged by people talking about GamerGate's over or don't worry about it. We won. We already won, and all that shit. To me, that's not very bright, and it has the effect of driving off people. Like a soft support, they're like, oh well, job's done. This thing's over. And so I don't know. It's just counterproductive in a bunch of different ways, and it's also wrong. So right now, I just think we're waiting for a huge happening. You know me, I'm not focused totally on the gaming aspect. I focus on the SJW aspect as well, if not more. And so there's always something to talk about on that front. So I never run out of topics. Sometimes my ass is too slow, or I get just caught up in some bullshit and I don't write enough. But there's always enough to write about. So that's kind of my view on it, I guess.
All right, and for the future, what do you see future holds for GamerGate? Do you think it will morph into something else? Do you think it's gonna just die off? What do you expect or think will happen?
I mean, I don't see the tag going away anytime soon. It'll probably just do like it's doing, either stay at this level or go lower naturally. And when huge things happen, it'll kick back up. Will it eventually die out? I mean, yeah, I guess. There's some old hashtags still being used now, though. So I don't know. Will it morph into something else? To me, it's like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like, okay, take Mr. Medicare, for example. People are like, well, he quit Gamergate. And it's like, okay, yeah, he did. But then again, if you look at his feed, he still talks about all the same things, just without the tag. So it's not like he changed his spots or anything. That's part of why I didn't really understand some of the people being so angry about it, because it's just like, well, he's still doing the same things. I mean, I understand he trashed Gamergate a little bit, and that wasn't fun, but you know, it's his right. He pretty much helped start it, so I'm not gonna get too up in arms about it. So yeah, I don't know. It's always gonna be around to me. The same people fighting, the dedicated people are always gonna be around. So that's kind of my take on it.
All right, and let's say you were a king for a day, and if there's anything you would change or think GamerGate is doing right or wrong at the moment, what would you like to change?
Well, it's been a long-term beef of mine. Is the people trying to tell me how to GamerGate, basically. Like, don't post this under the tag, or this doesn't have to do with gaming. To me, GamerGate's always been part of a cultural war. So, to me, anything that the SJWs are doing fucked up, or censorship issues, press issues, that's all related. So, when somebody tells me that's not GamerGate, I just tell them to fuck off. And it's caused me problems in some ways because I just don't care. I don't care to have people trying to tell me what to do in relation to how I promote GamerGate and how I do what I do. So I wish that they would just get past it. And they probably say the same thing about me, but I see I'm reacting to their shit coming at me. I've never said, get out of the tag. This isn't GamerGate. You're not talking about SJWs enough. Get out. You make me sick. I never said that. I have responded to people when they come at me and try to tell me how to run my shit, and how to do GamerGate. And I'm not going to change. I'm just going to keep doing the same things I do all the time. Like I said, I'm a tabloid muckraker blogger, so however you want to describe me. So sometimes things hit, sometimes they don't. I might get 10 retweets, I might get 150. That's just how it works. I don't get discouraged. It is what it is. Sometimes a story gets picked up, sometimes it doesn't. I'm just gonna keep putting out my material, saying the things I want. Clearly, I have a base of people who enjoy it, so I write for those people. I don't really care if you don't like me. Eat a dick. I'm just gonna keep doing the same things I always have done.
And what do you think GamerGate is doing right?
Okay. Well, today, if you look at my website, I wrote a report about the new UN hashtag that's coming out tomorrow. That got exclusively reported by me in Seattle for Truth. He was the one that found everything. Don't want to confuse anybody, but we still have the ability to rapidly promote information once everybody gets on the same page, which might take a while because I put the story out earlier and I feel like some people ignored it. But after we framed it in the right way and got it back out, it got picked up. And that's just how Twitter works. That's just how human reaction works. So it's nothing I'm not mad about it. But I don't know. The way we can seize an issue and help change the conversation, if you look at the UN report, we're pretty much responsible for that thing getting retracted. We were just hitting it daily with so many bombs that even the SJW media, places like Recode, places like Mary Sue, other places, even they had to take a step back and be like, "Oh, this isn't a good idea." Even Zoe Quinn, the loser that was on the panel in person testifying to this, who had used the cyber violence hashtag many times, who used it before they even showed up, even she was forced to renounce it, and that was because of the hard work of Gamergate. And when I say that, I mean all the anons, all the people on Twitter. Yeah, I wrote a couple blog posts, but it's really the swarm. It's not me. It's not Mal. It's the people that are dedicated. So, I mean, I consider myself dedicated, but you know what I'm saying. It's everybody seizing on the issue and coming together, and that can still happen, even though we have a lot of infights, and I'm not shy about participating in them myself. So I won't fool anybody. Not that I could, but so yeah, that's probably the main thing I like. We still have the ability to alter the conversation when we get focused.
Yeah, and I also always it always comes kind of a discussion topic on my streams. What do you think the whole ethics versus our GG discussion?
Yeah, what do I think of the ethics cucks? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, versus the regular GGers.
I think they're stupid, and I think that their faggotry has helped diminish Gamergate, and has made a lot of people leave. Either because they hyped up their side of the argument so much, and then their fellow ethics cucks decided that they had to leave because Gamergate didn't represent them, or they just discouraged people like me. Not everybody is brazen as me. Yeah, I take hits, but at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I want. I don't care about what these folks are trying to tell me to do, because they didn't have anything to do with me getting known. They didn't have anything to do with my writing. They weren't here on the come up. They don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about them. So that's just me personally, but others can get discouraged and just actually say, fuck the whole thing. I'm out. It's a waste of my time. And I could understand that position, especially if this is my job being a blogger. It doesn't pay that well, but it is my job. So other people have other responsibilities and jobs. They ask, I used to not understand. I'm a political science major. I have a degree in that. And I used to not understand, like, how could you not vote? How could you not keep up on the issues? It just didn't make sense to me. But the reason is because people have their own responsibilities. There's only a certain amount of time in the day. They might have to work from 8 to 5 or 9 to 5. And then they get off work and they're supposed to read all this political shit and they're supposed to watch the news. No, they want to have fun with their family. They want to spend time with their kids. They want to relax. Most people don't have the time for it, and I totally understand that. And then you have the people that I was just talking about that have actually made the time for it and carved out some of their free time away from work. And then they see all this bullshit about how you're not gamergating right or all this dumb shit. I don't know. To me, it drives off. And the infighting has caused people to leave. I agree. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. And a lot of people put some of that blame at my feet, and some of it does belong at my feet. But I feel like it's been me responding to others trying to take me down. I mean, ever since at least October, there's been and it's grown, You know why it grows is because I tell them to fuck off. I tell people to fuck off. I don't have the best, I'm not a diplomat. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's saying it mildly.
Yeah. A lot of my hate, it wouldn't exist if I was just a little more chill sometimes. I agree with that. I mean, I'll be the first one to acknowledge it. And so, I try. No, Ralph, you're cool. That's what Logan in chat said. Thank you. But yeah, I think I'm cool too. But I mean, I've contributed to it. But I just wish we could just all agree to let people do whatever they want on the tag and just not worry about it. Oh, my PR or Grum's Mark Kern called Nick Nyberg a fucking a he, which is accurate, factually, correct. And so I just don't. I never understood the PR thing. We've been getting killed in PR from day one. We are never going to win a media PR game. When we raised all that money for suicide prevention, nobody said shit except Escapists. When we raised this and that, nobody cared. That's why the charity thing to me is just stupid. Yeah, it's good to raise money for charity, but don't do it thinking you're going to get any credit for it. It's not going to help GamerGate. It never has.
Yeah, I agree. Do it for a good cause, not because it's good PR. I would agree to that. Saying doing it on behalf of GG is kind of stupid.
It's never worked, has it? I mean, it's not just me saying this, right?
No, I mean, doing stuff for Child's Play, if you're willing to do it and do streams and people donate, that's all good. But
it's all good. But when you're using it for a talking point, and the only people using the talking point is the echo chamber, is the GamerGate crowd, it does no good. We wanted to talk about Internet Aristocrat, or he came up earlier when I was talking shit. Why didn't we? He made such a good point, and I always repeat it. Why didn't we use some of this money for issue awareness to recruit? I don't know. It's just a frustration of mine, and it's never going to change. Believe it or not, there's people that don't know what GamerGate is, even still now today. We don't have full awareness, not even close. So I don't know. It's a lot of things. At the end of the day, I just wish people could agree. To not care about PR, just let people do what they want. The first time I really saw it was with the IA stream last fall when he was doing the finger banging or whatever on stream, and then there was a whole spurg out on KIA, and they were just like, "Oh my God, what are people gonna think? One of the figureheads of our movements doing this on air? Oh my God!" And just totally losing their fucking spaghetti over it. And I'm just sitting here thinking, Internet Aristocrat is a fucking entertainer. He that's what he is. He's not a news reporter. I'm not a news reporter. At the end of the day, I said that twice in the last 5 minutes, but at the end of the day, I want to be entertaining. I want people to laugh when they read my shit. I want to have fun when I'm writing it. That's just what I've always been, and that's what he was. And the only people that made an issue out of that was people on our side. They were the ones that blew it up, and it's those same faggots that today talk about ethics only. They were wrong then, they're wrong today, and they can be wrong on their own. I just wish they would keep their bullshit out of the tag and just let me do what I do. I'll let you do what you do. That's my whole thing. And yeah, go ahead.
No, I totally get. I remember I talked about the stream last year. And the only thing I think I said about it was it was stupid, but that's about it. I won't tell anyone what to do or not to do. I'm just gonna say if I think it's stupid or not, then move on. That's about it, because I don't really care.
Yeah, it was silly. I mean, I didn't even really think it was that funny. That was my whole thing. I just wasn't laughing that much.
And it's just stupid, in my opinion. But
it was nothing to. Oh my God, what are they gonna think about us in the press now, bitch? They already call you a fucking Nazi. I mean, what else could they say? They already say we hate devs and are fucking misogynists and want to kill women and say we trying to fucking use sarin gas at PAX
worse than ISIS.
Yeah, worse than ISIS. How could it get any worse? At least they'll know one of us is getting some pussy. I don't know. I don't know. It's nuts to me, man. But PR fags, please just chill.
Yeah, when I run my streams, I don't tell. Saying anyone how to run shit or do shit is just stupid. If you don't like it, don't watch it or support it or whatever. You don't have to blow shit up because you don't like it. That's just my opinion.
Well, just run your own shit.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah, do what you want. If you don't like what's being done, change it or try to affect it by putting out your own material. Start your own fucking blog. That's what somebody I just can't understand. Like, Ralph, you should write like this. Ralph, you should do this. Bitch, it's my fucking site. I'll write whatever I want. Anyway, yeah, so that's my views on that. I'm glad you asked me.
I got a question. James Kurosawa, Sawa, I don't know. It's probably Japanese or something. I don't know. Ralph, why are you so badass?
Rough. I was just born that way. I mean, it must be good genes. Maybe it's something in the water there, Memphis, Tennessee area. I'm not sure, but now you know what? I wouldn't necessarily say I'm badass, but I do just do what I want. Like I was saying earlier, I just don't care about what these people are saying. Yeah, I'll respond to them. I mean, I care enough, and then that's another thing. People say, "Oh, well, you're responding to me. You must care." It's like, no, it's Twitter. People, I just happened to pick your shit out. You were talking shit, so I responded. It's not really that I'm that invested in it. And a long time ago, I used to when you will lose followers. Sometimes you can notice when you lose followers off something that you do. I've seen it happen even recently, and I used to get down about that and just be like, man, you know, I did something bad. That some people aren't following me anymore. I must have done something wrong. Now you know what I get like? I'm just like, good. Motherfucker, you needed to leave. If you can't handle what I'm writing, you can't handle my feed, then I don't really want you around. And so that was another mind shift change. And just don't give a fuck. Write what you want, do what you want. If it lands, it lands. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I have my own site. If they shut down my Twitter tomorrow, I would still have people coming to my site. It wouldn't be as easy to get them there, but I don't know. Build your own shit. Build your own platforms. I'm not nearly as big as somebody like Sargon and some of these other folks, but I have my own shit. I have a dedicated audience. People like what I do, and I'm gonna keep doing it. So.
Yeah, Fox Gibson from the chats makes a good point by saying people have moved from Twitter and to YouTube. Do you agree with that?
That people are moving from Twitter to YouTube. You know what's funny is before Gamergate, I mean, of course I'd use YouTube and stuff, but even now I'm not like a huge YouTube nut. Like I'm not sitting on YouTube all day. I'll watch a video here and there if it's something I know I need to see or want to see, but it's just not really my thing. Last month or so, I've tried to get into it more because YouTube, for that reason, it's that important now. I guess it always has been, but they seem to be a lot freer with the speech on YouTube. I will say that Jack Dorsey is back in charge of Twitter, and some people are saying that's a good sign. Arthur Chu was actually bitching about it last night because Jack Dorsey, his big thing was freedom of speech. That was his mission for Twitter, is to be a free speech bastion. And so I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see basis right now. My Twitter's been banned. I'm not banned, but temporarily locked or whatever, temp ban for twice in the last 8 weeks or less. And so I'm kind of on thin ice. I wouldn't be surprised if they ban me sooner or later. But
yeah, but have you violated any terms of service?
No, on the last one especially, I don't know. I still don't know what the violation was there. Basically, I put out an article about Margaret Pless, who had already attacked me in one of her pieces, and I said pedo Margaret Pless or pedo loving Pless or some shit like that. I didn't tag her anything, and they still made me delete. It was a link to a story on my site, is what it was, and they made me go in and delete it. So now I'm pretty careful. Like when I wrote the response to that, after I got put back on Twitter, I wrote what happened after they told me. I didn't even link it on Twitter because I was kind of like, oh shit, I got to be careful here because I had a picture of the tweet they told me to delete. I was sitting there thinking, well, that might be grounds to fucking ban me. So I don't know. I'm trying to be careful. My Twitter accounts is very important to what I do. So I really don't.
Yeah. I get it, but it's censorship.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I've called it out on my site. You know, I love Twitter, the service. I always say that because it's fun. I used to not get it until I got 1,000 followers or so, and you really understand how fun it can be. But the way they're acting now, I'm not a fan of. I'm hoping Dorsey's going to bring some kind of sanity back, but I wouldn't count on it. I know he's better than Dick Costello or whatever the fuck his name was, though. So we'll see what happens. I'm trying to tread a little lightly. I don't tag antis and stuff like that. Just as a matter of course, because I'm not trying to get banned. So That's another thing. If you don't want to get banned, one of the easiest ways is to not tag those motherfuckers. That's probably why my account only got locked those times, is because I didn't tag anybody in what I was doing. So, yeah, that's a good advice. Leo Pirate, who's a fucking idiot, he tagged Sarah Butts like 100 times, and he's like, well, why did I get suspended? Well, no shit, you got suspended, dumbass. I mean, you tagged the bitch 100 times more. I mean, not only that, the YouTube video he put out had her name tag in it too. So every time that got retweeted, she got tagged with it. Of course, she got suspended. I mean, it's funny. I laugh too. I mean, it is funny, even though I don't like the motherfucker. That is funny. That every time Sarah Butts pulls up Twitter, that shit was just flowing in. But don't be surprised when you get banned, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that is true. I had what was somebody Chris J100 said Void's Gamergate board is really good and GG Revolt is good, referring to if you get banned.
Yeah, you know, GG Revolt's got kind of a nasty reputation, especially as of late. I'll say a couple things. First thing is, I like Sargon of Akkad a lot, actually, and he's put in some good work. He's always been good. One of the things Sargon's good about is promoting the material of lesser-known Gamergate supporters, and he's done that many times. He supported me and used my material a lot. Always giving me proper credit. He retweets my stuff here and there. He's a good guy in my book, and so he got into the ethics only versus, my position, SJWs and ethics. And he disagreed with me on that. And I publicly disagree with him, and it's all good. You know, friends disagree, can disagree. You know, there's no problem there. I feel like some people saw that and thought we need to take him down a peg. He's wrong, so let's go digging. Let's go. And that's that's natural inclination for some people. I've done it myself. But I just don't feel like it's been productive to attack him like that. But a lot of the people that have problems with him, including GG Revolt, I still like GG Revolt overall. I don't get involved with that part of it. The Sargon stuff, I don't know. I got respect for the guy, so I ain't gonna talk shit about him.
I disagree with him on some stuff as well, but I don't really feel like I should insult him, or that's just counterproductive in my opinion. But that's just me. I don't have any personal stake in going in an all-out war with him. I don't really care.
Well, what good would that do? Especially if I went. I mean, I like Sargon, so there's no reason I would never do it anyway. But say I didn't like Sargon, and I started went after him. I guess I have went after people before. Cult of Vivian. Cult of Vivian. I had a beef with her, but I don't put her on the same level as Sargon. First off, I don't consider her a friend. Second off, Sargon's actually done good things, big things, videos, put out materials, help. Been there from the start. I got respect for him. I don't have respect for every single person. So. By the way, Verilo is one of his biggest critics, and I like Verilo. I just put that out there, so nobody take that as this is.
Yeah, I don't have any issue with the John or Verilo as well.
Yeah, he's cool.
I have them on my stream, so
yeah, they're good, man. I just don't agree with attacking Sargon. Really, that's just my thing.
Pimp, I think it's kind of to both of us. In layman's terms, what is wrong with just ethics? Well, the issue is when these ethics only people are also back in the day, the tone policing, is that they are stifling discussion. Wouldn't you agree?
With the ethics only, yeah, that's exactly what it is. The old, cliche tone police, but that's exactly what it is. And Gamergate was born from people trying to squelch our voices, saying move on. People filing DMCAs like with Monday Matt, Reddit deleting whole fucking threads, 4chan kicking us off their site. These are all things that helped build the movement, build the cause, whatever you want to call the shit, consumer revolt, whatever term you have for it. Those are the things that help feed us. And so when someone's trying to tell people how to Gamergate, I don't have any respect for that. And then people also go at me and they're like, Ralph, you're such an egomaniac. Why do you talk about all the things you've done? And God, you're such a blowhard. Why are you defending the work you put in? And why are you talking like that? Well, the thing is, the reason I talk like that is because I have people every day. Ralph ain't done shit. Ralph is a loser. He just copies and pastes. And I'm a blogger. I do a fair amount of copying and pasting. There's no doubt about that. A lot of times my articles are commenting on news events that have already happened, or Twitter stories, or Reddit. Not everybody wants to go to Twitter and Reddit. I got a newsflash for people. So yeah, there is a lot of that. But I have my original stories too, starting with the Leagues Alexander stuff I mentioned earlier. And it's just me. I'm just defending myself. And so, yeah, it might sound, maybe I'm not as tactful as I should be, but I feel like sometimes I need to point things like that out. It's not me trying to be an egomaniac. It's just me trying to defend myself. So.
As for Nora, Ralph, why do you hate Taylor Swift?
I don't hate Taylor Swift. There was sports fans might know this, but Matt Barnes, there's a story about Matt Barnes having a fist fight with Derek Fisher because Fisher was boning his ex-wife, and they used to be teammates. They won a championship together. So, Matt Barnes wasn't too happy about it. And his ex-wife now, the one Derek Fisher is boning, is fucking smoking hot. I mean, just like, it's crazy good. And so we were having a discussion about who I'd rather have out of those two, her or Taylor Swift, and I said her hands down. So Taylor Swift's good looking, don't get me wrong, beautiful. So, but this lady had it all. So. She's on Basketball Wives of LA. If anybody wants to see it, I'll try to put her name in the chat. Gloria Govan, that's her name. So Google her up. You'll get an eye full of side boob if you do.
It's from Keith Richardson. I think he has two questions. Was King of Paul wrong in regards to whatever you guys were arguing about, and also thoughts on Miss Kersner still having a beef with John Kelly and me?
Okay. Wow, that's three questions there, right? Okay, so the first one, King of Paul, was he wrong about what we were arguing about? Well, I did a stream, the same stream that Leo Pirate chopped up and put out to try to. I took the stream down, but not because of that loser. I took it down because me and King of Paul kind of got into it. I kicked him off the stream, and then I just totally trashed him after that. And I was drunk at the time, and I considered him a friend of mine, and I went too far with it, right? I was just doing it to be funny. I didn't even really, I was just like riffing on him wanting to kill Jews and beating up black people if he ever got to be a cop and stuff. It was just me being silly. So the next day, he was really pissed about it. I actually wrote an apology. I don't do that very often, but I felt it was needed. And so I wrote an apology. He rejected it. And I was like, all right, well, that's your right, of course. And the next day there was a tweet, and I felt like he was going at me. And so, of course, I might have overreacted slightly, but he was kind of taking a shot. And so I just let it go, man. I just let it flow and just started going at him. And because I was kind of pissed he didn't accept my apology, honestly, if you guys want me to talk off the record there a little bit. But so we got into it. Seattle for Truth and I ended up trolling him because actually I was in a chat with him and he's just like, we ought to troll King of Paul. And I was like, okay, well, I was like, I don't really know. And he's like, well, we should say I'm responsible for the Denton leak. And I'm sitting here thinking, I knew he would go for it just because I kind of knew he would. And he ended up not just going for it, just going all in on it. And part of it was because I didn't say it was true. They asked me, were the logs legit? And I was just like, yeah, the logs are legit. Because they were legit, but they didn't show the part before and after when we were laughing about it being fake. So, I don't know. He got burned on that. And we had a few more exchanges, but we finally decided to bury the hatchet, and so that's where it is right now. I don't know who's excuse me, I'm choking up. I don't know who's right or wrong, but that's what happened, and so it's all over now. I consider it done. It's over. So that's what happened. Now we go to the next one. What about Liana K? I've talked about this once or twice before, but Liana K, I hit Liana K up last September of 2014. She had been a long-term enemy of mine. I wrote all kinds of hit pieces on her. I guess I won't say all kinds, 3 or 4 negative posts I put out on her, and she didn't take kindly to it, which I understand. I wouldn't have took kindly to getting bashed over the head either. So I've had some problems with some of her rhetoric and how she represented herself somewhat. I felt like she kind of abandoned us at a couple different points, but that stuff. Eventually, it was getting to the point where, like, she was seizing on every little thing, trying to start drawing with me. I would try to start drawing with her. A mutual acquaintance of ours, who's Fart, if you guys want to know who it is, basically helped put it on the bridge. He mediated a session between us on Twitter, DM session, and we kind of put everything to bed. I had to I wrote some things about what happened. I altered a couple things, which I'm not fond of doing. As a matter of fact, it's the only time I've ever changed any post or taken anything out of an article or taken something down. That's the only time ever. But I felt like it was warranted. We agreed that it was. We agreed to put it to bed. And so I really don't. I stay out of her shit. She stays out of my shit, and that's just kind of the way it is on that. So as for her still having beef with you guys, like I said, I'm out of the Liana K beef business.
Yeah, I kind of dropped, but it was kind of you. She suddenly had a beef with me, and I'm like, okay, because of we kind of had a contact with it, and you were on a few of my streams before the Liana K thing,
Yeah.
and she got triggered by us knowing you, and that kind of
Yeah,
made
I know.
the whole incident.
I understand that a lot of it was because of me. I don't know. Obviously, I still have some philosophical disagreements with her. I mean, she's an avowed feminist. I don't feel like it's that helpful to claim that label, but that's just me. I mean, I guess she really is a feminist, so that's on her. I just stay out of her way. She stays out of my way. I don't have any. Everything's resolved as far as I'm concerned. If she ends up hearing this, please don't. I'm not trying to attack her at all. So we just have different philosophical beliefs, and I kind of do my own thing. She kind of does her own thing, and it's all good. I know that she probably still has beef with some people. I just know that she doesn't talk about me, and I don't talk about her on Twitter. And the only reason I'm talking about it today is because you asked me. So
yeah. Well, the chat asked.
okay, yeah. Don't put it off on you. I'm sorry. The chat asked.
Yeah. Right. Nora M asks, Ralph, what is the Milo story?
Who is this Nora M? She sounds like a real shitlord. Yes, people don't know she's my lovely and talented co-host who co-hosts my streams for me over on the live channel. By the way, the ralphretort.com. Somebody told me, Ralph, you're not plugging your site enough when you're on shit like this. So yeah, the ralphretort.com. Anyway, what's the Milo story? This is so fucked because she's already made me tell it about 100 times. Basically, long story short, went to GG in DC, was about to leave, and Milo had already told me to come hit him up. He wanted to talk a little bit, and before I was about to leave, I went and hit him up, and he gave me a huge bear hug. And Milo's kind of tall. He's got a few inches on me. And no, I'm not 5'1" like the trolls are trying to say. I'm 5'11". But anyway, he gave me a big hug. He's like, usually I'm the meanest person in the room, but not tonight. Here's Ralph with his poison pen. Basically told me how he loved my work and said he likes all kinds of journalism. He's got respect for the tabloid style too. Of course he does. He's from Britain. That's how I got my love of tabloid reporting, was from the UK actually. So I like that shit. I like the shit too. That's probably not too hard to miss. I mean, it's probably easy to spot. Let's put it that way. So yeah, that was pretty much it. And shook hands, talked to him, held court for a few minutes, and That's the Milo story, and he even confirmed it. I guess it was Matt was fucking with me. He's like, I don't even believe this shit, and then ended up tagging Milo into it, and he confirmed it. And he went further with it than I did. He said, basically, I just fangirled for about 5 or 10 minutes straight. So yeah, it was pretty cool. That's the Milo story.
And Nora is saying she wants more praises from her.
Yeah, I'll praise her later. But yeah, she is amazing, and I'm very grateful for her to be involved with the work that I do.
Yeah. If there's any more questions, they can ask. Otherwise, I'm gonna try to close this down. I think we've covered the most stuff regarding GamerGate. I'm gonna give them like a minute to do some questions. Do you have anything you want to cover?
Me personally, go to my site, read the UN report. Take back the tech is the big tag they're trying to roll out tomorrow. As of now, they don't even know that we own the tag. I guess maybe they'll find out if they decide to turn on fucking Twitter. So we'll see. Go check out the story. I'm going to do now. We'll advertise this every Saturday night. We are going to have a show with Janet Bloomfield, me, Janet, and Nora. We haven't settled on the title just yet, but within the next day or two, for sure by Saturday, we will have a title. But every Saturday night, we're going to be doing a podcast live show. It'll actually be a live show, but you can download it later. So that's going to be fun. Judgy Bitch, Janet Bloomfield's awesome. If you guys don't know who that is, go to judgybitch.com. She's great and she's hilarious. Go watch the stream we did last weekend. It was very funny. The place you can see that, I have 2 YouTube channels due to a violation on the other account, but the place you can see the live shows is the Ralph Retort live channel, or you can just username the Ralph Retort. So yeah, check it out. It's good stuff. That's about all I have to pimp. Don't ask that question that Raph and Nora's trying to ask. They're trying.
Yeah,
to
I know. I got that. That's why I'm only doing serious questions. I think we're gonna do this last one. Any ideas of the space game case fiasco? I think it's the Star Citizen he's referring to, Fox Gibson.
Yeah, I wrote something on that yesterday, and I didn't really expect it to do that well, but it ended up getting more hits than the UN story that I put out at the same time, or a few hours later. And basically, I'm not, when it comes to like getting down to the industry muck, and back and forth, I'm just, I don't know. It gets a little deep if you get really into the Star Citizen subject. But I wrote my column as an overview of kind of the thing, just my view on some certain things, like the way they try to tie Liz to Gamergate and try to act like that was a reason for us to ignore her charges.
Yeah,
and they also,
Escapist is getting sued now.
Huh? Yeah, well, yeah, they threatened to sue him. I don't know if they're officially getting sued now or not, but so yeah, the Escapist, they threatened to sue the Escapist. They tried to paint Liz as Gamergate and therefore make her an unreliable narrator, try to paint her as that. And so I don't know. I didn't like those tactics. They even tried to say Liz and Bandit Twitter account are the same person. And so I don't know. All I could testify to was those tactics, trying to silence speech by suing a press outlet, lying about Liz and Bandit being the same person, trying to use Gamergate as a way to throw shade on allegations. I can't really respect that type of thing, and all I can speak to is Liz has always been a straight up honest person with me, always. So is Bandit, always. And Derek Smart is the guy that's moving a lot of the news on this story, and I know he's got a colorful reputation. So do I, though. All I can say is that Derek Smart's always been honest and forthright with me and my personal dealings with him. And so that's all
Yeah,
I can.
I've had a few exchanges with him, and he seemed like a reasonable guy. That's why I can say
Yeah.
about him.
Yeah, and I have too on Twitter, and I've talked to him on DM some, and he's always been
Yeah.
reasonable and cool with me. That's all I can testify to. And so that makes me think something might be going on at Star Citizen. Of course, I don't know. I don't have a way to know, but that's just my view on it. I don't really like what they're doing, so that's just my take.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think there's anything more to cover. I think we pretty much covered everything when it comes to you and GamerGate. So yeah.
It was a very
Any
wide-ranging interview, man. Thank you for having me on. I feel like we did get some good discussion out there, so I'll promote it on the site later. I was running late, so I didn't have time to promote it ahead of time on the site. But
it's okay. Any last words before we close this one?
I want to thank everyone who's ever visited the ralphretort.com. Please come back anytime you get a feeling to, and check out my stuff. Check out my Twitter account as long as it's still up. And I appreciate all the support. Even the haters, they keep my name in their mouths, so that helps too, to be honest. So thank the haters too. Thank you for having me on the stream. It's been a while since I've been on with you, but it was fun as always. And just check out the show on Saturday night with Janet Bloomfield and me and Nora.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. That's it for now. See you guys next time. Bye.